1 year of running, I've done 262 runs. That was an average of 5 runs per week. I never thought that I would be so into running because it was not something I enjoyed to do in my younger age. I thought it was more like a coincidence for me to start running and be persistent with the sport. I learned that it takes 21 days for me to build a habit and 10,000 of hours to become an expert in certain field. So for me to become an expert in running, I have to first build my habit by taking the first step of action. I remember when I just began running, day 1 was not a problem at all. I think I just went out and completed a 15-minute run. It was easy, but the real struggle behind was how do I maintain and make it my day-to-day routine. Back then, I was trying so hard to make running sustainable in my life. There are 3 common problems I face as I start to build my running habit, and let me list it down for you real quick. First, going too hard. I started running with zero experience, so every time I just run as fast as I can. I thought that was the right way to complete a run, but I was wrong. I just cannot run consistently in that way. Second, distraction. Aside from running, I also have other stuff happening in my life. It kind of become an excuse for me to skip a run. Because I cannot identify and plan my time correctly, it turned distraction into an obstacle stopping me from building my running habit. Third, low motivation. Doing the same thing over and over again every day, it becomes pretty basics and I will lose excitement as it goes. At the time, I don't have a clear purpose and direction on why I am doing this, so it becomes kind of hard for me to stick with it for long term. Eventually, I find a way to get through all of that and make running a big part of my life. As a complete newbie into running, I make that mistake by running all out in my run and gas out at the end of the workout. I thought that was a great way to train and keep myself in shape. That's the idea I have at first, until the next day I was struggling to get out from my bed, my body was hurting and I have to skip a run that day. This is where the repetition being broke, and repetition is very important to build a habit. But it was not my fault, it's just a mistake of lacking knowledge. As I forced myself to run with full effort, my body cannot handle it. So that's why it hurt the next day and it just will take more time to recover. I learned from my mistake, plus I do some research and I realized that I just need to keep it simple. Since then, when I go out for a run, I started by maintaining a low intensity like a jog where I can talk along the run. After a 15 to 20 minute run, I want myself to feel I still have energy to go for another one. That's the great sign show that my body were accepting the training load and I can do it again tomorrow. By keeping the run easy, it allows me to continue to run, keep the rhythm going, and it is more sustainable to help me build the habit. Starting my running journey with distraction being along the way, I need to be more aware about how I use and plan my time so that I can always schedule a time frame to go for my run. To plan my time well and make sure I can run every day to build the reputation and consistency, I just get on a running challenge. Yeah, with a challenge committed, I'm likely to go out and complete my run because I don't want to be a loser and let myself down. The challenge is like doing something that you want to try for a month to see whether it worked or not. This idea definitely went well in my case because I always push myself to complete the challenge before I end my day. No matter in the morning or in the evening, I will space out time for me to do the challenge. When I'm able to complete the daily challenge, it feels great. It gives me a sense of accomplishment for doing something that I promised myself to do at the first place. And most importantly, I'm able to use the time to build my habit with running. After the challenge ends, running just seamlessly stick with my life. I continue to run every day. I knew I want to stick with running for long term, but without a clear reason why, it will be hard to do it. I think I did a pretty good job in setting a goal for myself. My long-term goal is to complete a marathon and continue to inspire people with running. My short-term goal is to focus on the step-by-step daily journey working towards my big goal. My My goal helped me to continue running till today. When I face a tough situation like injury, the case really demotivating. I have to miss sometimes from running. It hurt the momentum. Luckily, I knew my purpose. I always came back to it. I remind myself why I start. It helped me to go through those ups and down moments. Something I do when I set my goal is I will attach the reward for accomplishing the goal. Like for example, when I completed my first half marathon, I got a pair of new running shoes as the reward because I think this small achievement that we hit along the journey is worth to be celebrated. This is also a great way to treat myself for all of the hard work to get the job done, and it motivates me to keep running and look for what is next. Different runners have different reasons on why you'll be into the sport. It can be varieties of reasons, but no matter what it is, you have to find yours and stick with your goals. Start running with zero experience, no worries. Try to keep your run easy and simple. Follow a challenge to build your momentum and know the reason that can keep you going. It's never been this easy to build a consistent running habit in your lifestyle. Go give it a try and I hope you can find success.